We're all ready. We're all ready. Welcome to the Create Together Club, everyone. Yes! First one in, first one out the house. Who's ready? I've been watching all your comments. I can see you're all really excited. Some of you have even been speeding to get home. Do not get caught. Welcome to the channel, everyone. This is a fabulous How to Craft network where we have a lovely channel of inspiration from me and many other guests. And you're always going to get that pick-me-up, that big smile in relation to your craft. My name is Tony Darroch, and if you are not a subscriber, why not? You need to click that subscribe button, click that like button, click that heart, and click that bell. And get all the notifications every time we are live, which is most days. It's the Create Together Club. Oh yes, and it's different, isn't it? I'm a bit giddy today, can you tell? I need to calm it down. Let's just do a bit of housekeeping though. I will do a shout out for you all. I know a lot of you have been waiting for this last and final stamp for our Create Together Club. Isn't it been good? It's been that good we're doing it again. So you all know I have launched Create Together Chapter 2. And basically it's 3 stamps that's sent to you over the course of months. And I do a week's worth of inspiration for each stamp, encouraging you to use it in more than just once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5, 6. I at least show you 7 days worth of inspiration. So I know you're definitely going to use it to its absolute max, which is so cool. So today we're doing a bit of mixed media. Don't get scared because I don't do mixed media, but we're going to do a bit of layer building, some backgrounds, and have a bit of fun, a bit of colour. Let's just have a bit of admin. So last night, if you didn't see Studio 3 last night, our brand new lamination launch over on Create and Craft tomorrow. I did it last night, 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock in Studio 3. Go back and watch it. We have brand new lamination launching tomorrow. Go back and check out the designs. They are incredible. I do need to tell you the times. It's changed, okay? It is a new and exclusive. So the times for the show are 4 p.m, 8 p.m, and 8 a.m, okay? 4 p.m, 8 p.m, 8 a.m, and it's a new and exclusive. So come and say hello. Even if you're not buying, come and watch the inspiration. You can utilise it with all of your other lamination stamps, or if you don't have any lamination, it's absolutely fine. Use it with the products you already have. So let's do a little bit of a shout out. But before I do a shout out, so that means because I'm on TV and I have to be there 2 hours before and it takes me 2 hours to get there, I won't be able to do the Create Together Club tomorrow. So what does that mean for you? Well, on Wednesday, I'm back because I have my show at 8 a.m. Wednesday morning, and I'll be back in time to do the 1 o'clock show. But I'm going to do a Studio 3 the same night to catch up on what we lose tomorrow, okay? So today, 1 o'clock, no Tuesday for Create Together. Wednesday, 1 o'clock, Wednesday, 7 o'clock, okay? Remember. I will remind you anyway, and I will put some shout outs on social media, and we will pop it in the newsletter. But equally, if you do miss it, it's always there. It never goes away. So Create Together Club was the 3 stamps. You are onto your last and final stamp. So we have the typewriter, which was the first one, a note to say, with the week's worth of inspiration. Then we had beautiful notes with the week's worth of inspiration. And today starts Find the Sunshine with a week's worth of inspiration, okay? So these are your absolute amazing 3 stamps. Now, if you buy today for this one, you'll get all 3 sent in the post. So it is, a lot of you do like to know what you're getting. So if you have been waiting to see if you like all 3, then you will be sent all 3. Some of you bought at stage 2, some of you bought from the beginning when I launched this, and some of you bought it even before I'd released it. Now, we have released Chapter 2, Create Together Club, okay? The first one's released in October. If you want to get involved in that, these are exclusive. They only come with the Create Together Club. You cannot buy them on their own. If you're part of the club, you'll get it through the post. And it is a Brucey bonus when you forget. And you get a message off one of your friends saying, I've just had a stamp, I didn't order it, what's it for? I know you're kind, but why are you sending me a free stamp? I'm like, it's part of your Create Together Club, Adele. Not mentioning any names, she's at work, so... Right, quick shout out then. So hi Amanda, hi Michaela, hi Roseanne, hi Pat Pepper, lovely to see you at the weekend, Pat, and your gorgeous granddaughter. Hi Tina, hi Wendy, hi Marilyn, hi Tracy, hi Sue, hi Jan, hi Joe, hi Marilyn, hi Roxy Lee, and on our social media pages we have Wendy Dello. Welcome Wendy, I hope you're well, sweetheart. Couple of things to tell you about. If you are buying the lamination and you're waiting for Create and Craft, because obviously UK it is exclusive to Create and Craft. However, if you are in the USA, okay, you can buy it now. Now, don't beat me up, UK followers. But if you are in the USA, you can buy it now. And that is because it's really difficult to purchase from Create and Craft at the moment with the USA customers. And by the time that you actually get them, our UK viewers will have them anyway. So you'll probably get them at the same time. So they are available now if you are a USA. And you'll see when you go to the website, they will be available for you. They are not available if you are in the UK though. So you have to wait till I've been to Create and Craft, then 24 hours later, and then you can get them if you want to. Or you can wait till you get to Create and Craft and use your discounts and things like that, okay? So, okay. Right, so let's play. We're having some fun today. We're going to do some backgrounding, some solid stamping. We're going to use the words and we're going to be creative with a bit of colour. And I'm going to show you how to use 2 black ink pads, different ones, okay? So you're going to need a piece of card, watercolour card to create your card. I've got a black top folding note card and a piece of watercolour card here, just so it fits on. So I'm just making a card so you can see. But if you want to do square, rectangle, slimline, whatever you want to do. So we're going to be doing this one here. So let's grab our Eureka and let's crack on. Jan says, where do you get your energy from? It's funny because I've had a text today saying, Tony, do you sleep in the microwave? You are so on it. Like this lady asked me a question yesterday at the show and I'd sorted it this morning for her by about 10 o'clock. She's like, my goodness me, I did not expect you to get back to me that quick and sort that out. And she's like, do you sleep in a microwave? I'm like, yeah, don't sleep. Does this face look like I sleep, everyone? Hey-ho. So, Jan, I don't know where I get my energy from. A couple of Kit Kats. I love a Kit Kat. I'm in Kit Kats at the moment. I'll never be slim. I love a good Kit Kat. Okay, you can watch it later. Catch up. Right, let's crack on, shall we? So, in this specific set, you'll all have it at home. A lot of you have been waiting to use it with me, but equally, you know, play ahead. Do the techniques you want to do, and particularly whatever we do today together, if you are doing it together or later, post in our Eureka fan page, okay? We'd love to see your take on it, if you've done it exact, if you've enjoyed it, you know, just have fun with it. That's what it's all about. I need some of your energy, Tony. I know. I'm at cricket tonight as well. Family cricket on Monday. Apparently it's going to be warm today though, which is nice. We'll see. So if you look at this stamp set, guys, you can see some of the letters in here have been blacked out. Now, we decided to do this because I felt like sometimes backgrounds with words look incredible, but they can look a bit stagnant. But if you add a bit of creative flair, i.e. in filling the holes in the B's and the O's and the A's, you can utilise them as backgrounds as well. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. So you have 4 sentiments, and 2 focal images. Now, you're probably all looking at this one and thinking that umbrella is going to definitely be on pads. Now, it will do, and I will do a demonstration with just the umbrella on pads. Can you imagine like red, yellow, blue? I'm not even telling you because the inspiration is for a week, so it's such an exciting week. But let's go ahead and play. So I'm going to use this sentiment here, the one with sort of like the filled-in elements. And I'm just going to create a background. So a couple of things I want to tell you about. So we have a VersaFine and a Memento. So your VersaFine is waterproof. We use this all of the time with our watercolours because it's waterproof. Now, if you're struggling with your ink pads, put a big W for watercolour in, and this one is for your alcohol markers. So do a big A for your alcohol markers, okay, so you don't get confused. So this is waterproof, so if I spray it with water, it won't move. This one isn't. So if I spray this with water, it's going to move. So what we're going to use to make a background, this one first. So let's stamp these words. Hopefully this will bleed. So ink it up. So I'm just creating a bit of a background here. Now this actually looks pretty dry. Never mind. So let me just get this on the card here. There we go. Look, can we see that there? You can't have a rainbow without a little rain. So let's just get some ink on there. And then whilst that's down, I'm going to take my brush and my water and splat it with some water. Can you see how it's sort of bleeding? So whilst it's still wet, I'm going to add some splashes of water and get it to bleed. Oh, that looks cool, doesn't it? Like so. And then I'm just going to take the stamp and I'm going to move it over to here. I'm going to stamp it again. Just let that water do its thing. So you can see how the ink transfers in the water. It's so cool. Like so. It's got a bit of water on there, so it's actually doing its thing anyway. I'm just going to pop this at the side. So I've done one at the top and then two. And then we'll do one just over here. Now, don't worry if they overlap, because it's a little bit creative. You can be creative, overlap the designs, because this is going to be pretty much pushed back anyway. So let's splat the rest of this. Just 1 second, ladies and gents. Let me just move my chain because it's scratching me. Right, let's get some water on these ones. So I wouldn't spray with a spray gun because it'll sort of like go into a hot mess, but I'm wanting like splodgy in areas. So I'm just going to give it a splat with some water with my brush. And then just let it do its thing. I'm not even going to dry it straight away. I'm just going to let it just bleed because I think this looks quite cool now. It's a little bit like of a mess. Does that make sense? So how many's crafting along with me? That'd be interesting to know. I know some of you like to wait to watch the whole show because we're all different. Did you know? Have I said this? I think I have. Excuse me. We have over 1,000 members in the Create Together Club. You couldn't get 1,000 people in my shop. That is just amazing, isn't it? When you think about it, it's like there is 1,000 people all waiting for Tony Darroch to do some inspiration. It's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. So you can see it's sort of like doing its thing there. So shall we dry this one off? Or push the water around, should we say. So it's still readable, but quite sort of like arty. Is that the word? Watching for now, cuppa and a cat cuddle. Oh, bless you, Julie. Cuppa and a hot cross bun, Tina. Very nice. Sorry it's taking so long. I don't want to sort of push it on with a tissue because it might lose the words. I think we're good. Right, so you need to pick your colours now. So what colour do you want your card? Try and pick two colours. I'm going to go like teal and green because over the course of the next 7 days, there's going to be some very bright colours, i.e. reds, yellows, blues, because of the rainbows and the brolly and the lovely lady at the bottom. So I'm going to go tealy green. So you decide what colour's going to suit you. So I've got a blue, a green. I need a teal. Let's have a look what we've got going on. Here we go. So I've oxide and I've just an everyday colour here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, let's take the teal. I'm just going to pop some onto my glass mat here. I'm just going to water it or spray it with some water if you have your spray bottle. Let me just see if I have mine to hand. Just 1 second. It's so funny, you'll laugh, ladies and gents. So at home, when I bring my craft, I'm just mixing this up with some clean, clear water. At home, when I take my craft bag home after TV, it's always in the boot of my car till I come back to work. Anyway, my son, this morning, he went to bed and his hair was a little bit damp because we got in late, and then I had a studio and we've been at Doncaster Show all day. I'm making a nice puddle here, by the way. I'm just telling you a wee story. And he went to bed with his hair a little damp. So when he woke up this morning, it looked like his hair had been brushed with a toffee apple. It were all over. I'm not joking. So he said, you know what he said to me? Mum, could I borrow your spray bottle out of your craft bag to flatten my hair? I was like, yeah, of course. So I went to the car, I got the spray bottle, and it's one of the Distress bottles, the Tim Holtz Distress. So anyway, he sprayed his hair and he's flattening his hair. And he comes downstairs, he goes, Mum, it says on this bottle it's a distress bottle. Does that mean when you're distressed, if I spray you, it stops you from being distressed? Well, I cracked out laughing. I went, no, it's Distress ink. You know, Tim Holtz is like, oh, yeah. Well, I thought if I sprayed you, it'd stop you from being distressed. Oh, yeah, honestly, kids, what they come up with, I tell you. So this one here, I'm just going to now splat on here, all over. And I'm going to try and get some quite focused areas. Can we see the focused areas here? Now, what we're going to do here is we're glazing. So the first layer is our words, we dry. The second layer is some colour, then we dry. And we build the layers up. It's called glazing, okay? Well, that's what I call it anyway. I think it is a term in watercolouring. I'm not sure it is for card layering, but here we go. So I'm just getting some of that ink in sort of puddles, patches. Can we see that there? And then we're going to dry it off. Might help if you use a bigger brush. You might get a bit more on here. So I'm just focusing on one area so I'll get blobs. Can we see that there? I tried to buy, says there's insufficient stock for each one. Denise, just leave it with me. As soon as I come off there, I'll check that for you, sweetheart. No problem at all. But yes, they will be available for you straight away. I might get beaten up by my UK fans, my UK friends. But, you know, I'm okay with it because you'll get it at the same time. So there we go. So we've got like that layer of colour there. But what I'm going to do before I add another colour is dry it off, okay? And this is where you sort of like get those several layers in your artwork. Going to be a nanny. Oh, it's so exciting. You've got it all to come, Nola. Super exciting. Oh, we've had some absolute corkers with Tom. I'm not joking. Some absolute corkers. So you all do know as well, there's no secrets when you have children. No secrets whatsoever. Like about 2 years, no, when Tom was actually about 3, he gave his dad his Christmas present and he handed it to him and went, there you go, Daddy, there's your brown slippers. Well, we still talk about it every Christmas. It's all right, it's not brown slippers. You know, you've got it all to come. So the next one I'm going to do is the green, but this time, so that one's splattered. This time we're going to do the pick up off the door, okay? So you get a different sort of feeling under there. So let's get some green on. Again, I'm just going to get a puddle. I don't have my spray bottle. You know, hair is more important. So let's get a puddle of colour on here. And then I'm going to dip this into the puddle. Congratulations, Nola. That's super lovely news. Super big puddle here. Don't forget, the more water you add, the less bright it'll be on your card. So if you're thinking, oh, that's a bit bright for me, then keep adding water. A bit more. Like so. So remember, we splattered the first layer. This time, we're going to take our card to our ink. I'm just going to pop it in, pick it up. Can we see now? Get a totally different look. So let's just get a little bit more on there. On that corner. You see that now? Looks cool, doesn't it? Maybe get some down the edge a little bit. That's it. So stop right there. So let's dry this one off. So you can see, because we dried between the layers, you've still got your splat underneath, okay? Third of December. Nice. So our words, try not to bleach your words too much so your words are still readable. So that's layer 2. So I am going to do a third colour. It's personal preference. You do whatever you want. So I'm going to go with faded jeans. So I'm just going to maybe go here. I don't want to clean it up because I might need the ink to colour. Oh, in fact, let's just clean it up. Let's just clean it up when I've done this one. It's a waste, isn't it? You're all probably thinking, what a waste. So let's get this one into a puddle too. So on this one, we're going to do a different one. So from the carrier sheet, from your stamp, you get the plastic carrier sheet, don't you? You can use this. So I'm just going to pick up that ink onto my carrier sheet. I'm just going to push it onto the card. You see the different look now? I picked up some of that blue as well, really. Doesn't matter though. And this is called smooching. See that there? This background is coming together beautifully, by the way. So I like the white space, so just be mindful of keeping some white space so it doesn't look like a hot mess. Just get a little bit at the top here, maybe. So you can see how it gives you a different look. So the yellowy green was picked up with the card. The splats was splats, and this blue is like the smooching. Okay, I'm just using the rest of the ink that's on there as well. See that there? So it looks quite cool as a background, doesn't it? So I think all you've really got to remember is do the layers dry off between each layer, okay? Looks good, yes, it does, doesn't it? Right, so let's dry this off. I love a smooch, Julie. Hi, Janet Burgess. Hello, all. Hi, Karen McClough. No better way to spend a lunchtime with me. You poor thing. I hope you've got a Kit Kat. So let's set this aside because we're going to move on to the design. That looks so cool. So let's bring in... I've got another piece of watercolour card. It can be normal card, but it still works, okay? So let's get our... I'm going to do... Let's go Lady with the brolly. I'm totally inspired by this set, by the way. So let's stamp her out in black. Now I want this to be waterproof. So what we're going to use the VersaFine big W on there. I want this to be waterproof. So let's stamp this lady out. So Linda says her 3-year-old granddaughter loves going to her craft room. That's so lovely. It's when they just don't tidy up after them, do they though? That's the problem. Like Tom is a nightmare. Like, I will organise your pens back how they were, mummy. Yeah, right. My gosh. That is a cool image. Got to say, cool image. Now, what I am going to do is I'm keeping within my colour theme, but I always say if you are doing the same colours as your background, always add one extra colour to break it up from the background. So for this one, I think I'm going to use... let's add a pink in there. Oh no, let's add the coral. So stick to the colours that you've had on your background, but add one extra colour, which is just going to make it stand out, okay? So let's paint this lovely image very quickly. I'm not going to paint it all. Now, I'm thinking we should do teal and red in the brolly, because the teal's in the background. Denise loves the hair blowing in the wind. It's lovely, isn't it? Mind you, that hair, I'm going to cut this out. That hair might not be there when I fussy cut this out, let me tell you. It might just be the brolly. I'm sorry about that. So let's add some colour to here. So I never paint perfectly. I drop the colour in and I leave like spaces around. I never create perfect. That's why lamination is amazing, because it's just me. I just love the very forgiving sort of element to it. So I'm going to go red stripe, well, coral on this one in the areas. Then we'll do the blue. So drop in that blue. And I'm okay if it actually bleeds, because it looks like it's got rain on the brolly. Like so. So just get that first layer of colour down. Remember what I've been talking about as well. First layer of colour down. And then what we're going to do, we're going to dry it so we can do the glaze. And this is where you'll get your dimension in your brolly. So if you want to share this video, hopefully we'll get some new members in our Create Together club if you share the video. So that's pretty much dry. So I'm going to pick up colour again, but this time I'm not going to do the whole image. I'm just going to do down the left. We see that there? Down the right. We see that there? So when you do it once, then on your second one, when it's dry, you do down the left and down the right. Down the right and down the left. And it looks dark when you first put it on, and you probably want to move the colour around because it looks dark. But honestly, when you dry it, it pushes it back anyway. So blue, so down the left and down the right. Obviously, the smaller the space, go thinner lines, but it disappears to the back. I see that there? And then I'm going to dry it again. And you'll see as it dries, it sort of pretty much disappears. Can we see that there? Then we're going to go again. So this time the line's going to be thinner. So again, the glazing, as I've said, so thinner line down the edge. So not as thick as your first. So you've got like 3 layers of colour in your brolly. This is going to give you that dimension. Can we see that there? That's 1. 2. So you're sort of like getting as if, you know, when the wire pops up your brolly and you get the 3 stages in your brolly, that's the sort of look we're going for here. Let me just get some more blue on there. If you can't share, don't worry, Marilyn. Don't worry at all. Thank you for trying though. And then the blue, 1 more layer down the left and 1 down the right. If you're not brilliant at colouring, this is a great shortcut, okay? The sort of glazing. See that now? How 3-dimensional does that brolly look now? Not flat, 3-dimensional, just from 3 layers. Dry off between each layer though, yeah? Let's just dry this off. Right, let's just colour in her jacket. I'm going for the MAC, you know, the traditional brown MAC. The posh MAC, which I wish I owned. A nice brown MAC. And again, if you want to try the technique, again, lay the colour down all over. I'm not going to colour her legs because I'm not great with skin tone. So here's her skirt. And watch how we get this skirt to look dimensional. Dry. Next layer. Don't colour it all, just outskirts. Down the left or down the right, it doesn't really matter. Leave the halo in the centre and then maybe down that line because that looks like it's a crease. See that there? Dry. And then again. And I'm just going to soften that centre a bit because it's a bit too light towards the end. Add a bit of water, drag it in a little bit. Just add a bit more colour in there because it is actually too light in the centre. Push it back a little bit. So you can see how the line on the edge is now giving us that pop of colour in her skirt. So let's do a very light MAC. So she's wearing a brown suit and a coordinating MAC. So this is lighter, okay? So again, lay down the colour. And do a belt the same as well because she's super coordinated, is this lady. Her hair's going to be cut off because then I can't fussy cut that. So I'll just get a bit more colour in a jacket here. So on those lines, you can maybe add a bit more colour in those lines just to get that dimension in a coat. So, and a belt. And under here would be a little bit darker, wouldn't it, because of the... So dry. Yeah, it's called glazing, Michaela. I might have shown you how to do it before, sweetheart. I can't remember. But it's just, normally when we add dimension, don't we? We do wet in wet. We add the colour a little bit darker later. But if you glaze, you do get halos without little to no effort, really. So just add those lines in, a little bit of a spot. I think I'm happy with that, the shade under there. Pop a little shadow under a coat there. There we go. That's okay, innit? And I'm going to leave her legs bare. So, before I cut her, though, she's not going to be brilliant without snow or rain. So let's get some white on her. So if you haven't got white, you might have white watercolour. So I'll mix up some white. It looks like she's sort of batting off that snow. And then we're going to bring in our background as well and do the same to the back. It looks like the snow's battering against that brolly. And this white, you know, have the courage to get it on there because it literally does go right back. Super opaque, mine, but, you know, on the white, go for it. There we go. Let's dry these off. So it looks like snow on her. Now you could add sparkle. Oh, I've got paint on my face now. Schoolroom's going to be fun, isn't it? You could do sparkle, use your stickles, your glitter glues, sequins. 7 days of inspiration. Got it all going on. Denise's favourite are splats. Mine too, Denise. Just give that a good old dry. Got lovely dimension in a brolly there. Now, if you wanted to glossy accent the brolly, I'm telling you all my techniques for the week. If you want to glossy accent the brolly so it's shiny, cool. So there we go. So that's the image there. But equally now, we've got that detail on there. You could add your sparkle pen if you want to make a brolly sparkly. But then you can add a white gel pen and add detail into the brolly, like bring it back. So this is one of Sharon's favourite techniques. You know, Sharon on my design team who use the alcohol markers. She does a lot of colouring and she brings a lot of her artwork back by using a fabulous gel pen. So you can see by bobbing those lines now on top of our glazing, we have now an incredible 3D brolly. And all it is, can we see that there? Look at that. How 3D does that look? And it don't really matter where you put the lines. Don't be fearful. People say, oh, make sure your lines are on the right side, your shadows are on the right side. You know, don't be precious about it. If you're going to find it difficult, you're not going to do it. So put the lines in. If you like it, brilliant. Let me just scratch this pen off because I think you don't want to work on this watercolour card. But look how cool it looks now. We've got those lines in that brolly. Super cool or what? You can thank me later. If only these were my techniques, do you know? I always think I'm coming up with great techniques, don't I? And we could maybe pop one in a dress. Follow that line down there as just enhance her a bit and then go. Does she not look cool? She looks awesome, doesn't she? Right, let's cut this lady out now. Oh my gosh. Well, these are the scissors I've got in studio. Bigger than my Eureka, smaller than a Kit Kat. We're going to have to go with smaller than a Kit Kat. So let's cut this lovely lady out. Now the hair's got to go, Denise, I'm sorry. And if you're not the best fussy cutter in the world, don't worry about it. It's absolutely fine. So I'm just going to cut round her really quickly. It makes all the difference, it really does. And if you follow Emma from Thirsty Brush, this is sort of their style with the white gel pen, adding highlights, getting texture, bright and vibrant. So I do encourage you to go and check out their samples as well because they're just incredible. And that's on Emma's Happy Place as well, Thirsty Brush Unlimited. Their design team is awesome. Just so many different places to go and get incredible inspiration. Do you not all agree? It's just cool, isn't it? So I'm just quickly going around the brolly. Now, it's screaming to be 3D'd, but that's another day. Can't wait to see what you're all going to do with this. Love these scissors. I'm hopeless at fuzzy cutting. Yeah, I'm not great either. But a little tip for you, if you are a bit pants at fussy cutting, do you know what a good tip is? Don't go so close to the edge. And if you do get an edge, colour it in with your watercolours. I have shown it a few times. But look at that now. Does she not look cool? She looks like she's batting off the snow. We need to get some more snow on that brolly, though. We need to get some more on it, and I will do that. So, let's do that first, actually. Let's just shut the Eureka. Let's do it on top. I need some more white. Let's get some more snow on here because it's disappeared. I really want her to look like she's trying to get home after an hard day at the office. And the snow is battering that brolly. There we go. So you can see all of the Thirsty Brush videos from Emma in studio on our website, okay? How to Craft. Have a look on the website. We'll show you where to go for all of the inspiration because we have had a few. You can filter down the videos as well if you pop in, say, for instance, Emma. If you were to type Emma in there, or if you were to type Thirsty, because it's Thirsty Brush, look what comes up. Yay. Or if you're wanting to search watercolour, say, for instance, click watercolour. If there's no watercolour button, look at that. If there's no watercolour button, type watercolour, see what comes up. If you want to have a look at embossing or resist or a theme of a card, tick them, see what comes up. If there's one there, it'll pop up. Look at that one, die cutting techniques. You want to pop in there, me, Tony. You want to pop in there, new home, or, you know, interactive cards. Click them, type in what you're looking for, see what comes up. There might be something there to help you. It's an incredible website, I can't tell you. Go and check it out. You will be inspired, I promise you. We don't expect you to come and spend. Just go and enjoy all of the hard work that's been put in place by Tony, Tim, Karen, Emma, all of the team. Linda, you can put your foam mat under the tap, yes. If it's a mess, it's fine. Just wipe it down, it's absolutely fine. There we go, we've got a bit more white on her brolly now. She's just delicious, isn't she? Yum, yum. Right, so let's start putting this card together. Now, I'm actually quite excited about this because this is a little bit different. So now you can see, let's just pop that under there for now. So what I did is I've got a piece of black and white paper and a piece of white card. And this is just going to break the card up completely, because what happens is when you sort of like start to do these techniques, they all sort of start to blend into one another. And I always think it's always a good idea to have like a breaker. So whether that be a sentiment that breaks it up on a foam pad or something like that. So I'm going to do a little bit of a breaker here, just to break up the sort of chaos of it all. As you all know, I'm not a mixed media artist. I like to play, but it still sends me a bit stir crazy. So I always like to have a little breaker in there. So this is my way of sort of pushing it all back a little bit and just being happier with how I've done it, basically. But if you are mixed media, you'll know yourself, just go for it and have fun. So I'm just going to put this sort of check black and white onto this piece of cardstock here, piece of white, and I'm doing it right at the top. So I have the piece of white at the base. You see that there? So I've got like a border. Super easy. Stick it on, and then I'm going to see where it starts and where it ends, and I'm going to make it a bit creative. I'm going to take that off at that end, like so. And then I'm just going to go this way. So it's sort of like still mixed media. I'm still in the game, by the way. Like so. So let's get our card put together. So we will be doing clean and simple if anybody's panicking. But the encouragement is for you to try all 7 classes, okay? All 7 inspirational days, because it's about pushing your boundaries as well, which is what it's all about. So I'll just get that on there, give it a good old stick down, so I'll just turn it over. Hi, Janet. Hello. Hi, Susan. Hi, Karen. Hi, Wendy. Ooh. Another good tip, Wendy. Yeah, so if you are a bit of a clean and simple and you sort of like, and the reason why you don't like mixed media is because it's all a little bit chaos. If you do a breaker of some form, so maybe mixed media at the top and then patterned paper at the bottom that you love, I think it sort of like talks you around a little bit into trying it a little bit more than just going, I hate mixed media. And mixed media is just 2 layers, isn't it? And we all do it, actually. So look at that. Look how cool that... I mean, that's just... Come on, I love that. So then we have our lovely breaker, which I'm going to do here, and then we're going to bring in our lovely lady. She's just going to be here, somewhere here. I haven't decided yet. And then the sentiment... I'm going to use this long, the greatest storm, the greater the storm, the brighter your rainbow. So this is actually my sentiment, okay? That is the background. So we may do her over here, and we'll pop our sentiment. It's going to look cool. I'm pleased with this, I really am. And this is why Create Together Club's just simply amazing, because it pushes me as well as a crafter. So let's just pop this on here. Pop the sentiment down by the base. Make sure it's straight. Make sure it's straight, and then black ink pad. So we just need to get this as black as we can. So for Create Together, we always do the card from start to finish. And then if you are crafting along, hopefully you'll be able to. So there we go, there's our sentiment. And this is where your breaker is going to come into play, because it's going to break our sentiment from that fussy background. Or you can either do it this way, so that the black is like that, or this way. I don't think it really matters. And you could do it slightly off, so it didn't actually go straight across the page as well. It's personal preference. And then I think we're going to do Our Lady to this side. What do we think of that? I think I'll straighten that edge. Let's straighten that edge. Let's glue this down. Make sure it's straight. That's straight. You just show me. Oh, thank you. There we go. That's all right, isn't it? Like so. And then we're going to do Our Lady, and we're going to pop some. Do we pad it, or do we do a flat? Let's have a look. Do you know what? I'm going to glue a flat, but I'm not going to stick it all like flat. I'm going to leave the edges of the brolly protruding a little bit. We'll leave a coat protruding a little bit, like so. So I'll only glue like the centre of there and the centre of there. We'll pop a foot flat though. See our coat and the coat and the brolly is still floating in the air. And then I think we need some sequins to create the effect of that blistery snowstorm. And I'm going to do some white gems as well for snow. So, some white ones. And then I need some sort of sequiny ones, create. Gosh. Fab card, Tony. So I'm going for different colour sequins. I'm not going for the tonal ones. This is a card with lovely texture. The white ones for the snow. And then we're going to pop some of these pinky ones on to sort of bring the brolly. I'll do one under a coat flap, just next to a leg. What do we all think? I think we just need one down here. And one under a brolly there. I mean, sequins galore here. But it is a storm. We're mixing up a storm. There we go. I'm going to leave it. I'll keep them gems out for my photo. There we go. Look at that. I am pleased with that. Amazing card. Oh, thank you. I am pleased with that, actually. You know, I'm pushing my own boundaries. Let's just move all of my stuff so we can get a nice shot of the card for you. Yes, I made that. Yes, I made that. Love your card ideas, Tony. Something a little bit different. What do we think to that? So you can see the texture in the layers. If I'd have done it all in one without the drying process and not doing different things, we would have ended up with like a watercolour wash background where all the colours intermingled. But because we've sort of like mixed it, I'll just twist that a little bit. There you go, see. because we've sort of mixed it up a little bit and dried and done the glazing technique, we've got that lovely sort of ethereal background, which is really, really creative. And remember what I said about, if you want your images to coordinate, swap out one of the colours and use an alternative colour just to bring it to life. And don't forget the glazing on the brolette and the white gel pen to make it look 3D. There we go. I hope you've enjoyed session 1 of Create Together Club. It's been amazing. Now, don't forget, we have 7 days of this. I've got lots of ideas, though, I cannot tell you. And I'm back on Create and Craft tomorrow at 4 p.m. So I hope you can join me. If you are in the USA, the products will be available. I'll just check as soon as I go off. If you are buying from Create and Craft, well done. You will get your club discounts. And if you're waiting to buy from us 24 hours later, you will be able to get the products. So whatever you're doing, have a lovely day. It's going to be warm today, I believe, so have a fabulous day. I'll see you all later. Take care. Dancing again. See you later. Bye.